If you've been waiting for the next generation of foldable phones or for Apple to finally join the foldable game, 2026 is shaping up to be a massive year. For more than 5 years, Samsung has basically owned the global foldable market. Yes, other brands have tried, but in terms of worldwide availability and consistency, Samsung has been the only real reliable option. That might finally change. Rumors now suggest that Apple is preparing to launch its first foldable iPhone, often called the iPhone Fold or iPhone Flip, in leaks just a few months after the Galaxy Z Fold 8 arrives. And both of these next-gen foldables are expected to bring one huge upgrade everyone has been waiting for: displays with no visible crease dot. So in this video, we're breaking down everything you can expect from the Galaxy Z Fold 8 versus iPhone Fold: display sizes, cameras, performance, design, durability, battery life, and release timelines. We'll also talk about what's happening with other players like OnePlus and why Samsung might be facing less competition than expected in 2026. Let's get into it. What makes the Galaxy Z Fold 8 and iPhone Fold so exciting? 2 words: creaseless. Screens. For years, the biggest complaint about foldable phones has been that visible crease running down the middle of the inner display. You feel it when you swipe. You see it when the light hits at certain angles. And it breaks the illusion of having a seamless tablet-sized screen in your pocket. That could be about to change. Both the Galaxy Z Fold 8 and Apple's first foldable iPhone are rumored to feature foldable OLED displays with no obvious crease. Samsung Display actually showed off a creaseless OLED panel at CES 2026, likely a preview of the technology that will go into the Z Fold 8. Photos from the event clearly suggested a much smoother, more uniform fold. Apple, meanwhile, has reportedly been testing its own foldable screens for years, and analyst Jeff Pu has shared fresh notes for investors outlining some key details about the upcoming iPhone Fold. According to those reports, Apple's inner display will also aim to hide the crease, giving a much more premium, polished look when the device is unfolded. If that holds true, 2026 might be the year foldables finally start looking and feeling like proper high-end flagships. Instead of experiments. Galaxy Z Fold 8 versus iPhone Fold, display sizes and aspect ratios, let's talk numbers. Because this is where Samsung and Apple seem to be taking 2 very different approaches. According to current leaks, the iPhone Fold is expected to feature a 5.3-inch outer cover display, 7.8-inch inner foldable OLED display. Both screens rumored to have no visible crease, a side-mounted fingerprint reader. Similar to Samsung's Fold series, the Galaxy Z Fold 8 is expected to offer a larger 6.5-inch outer OLED cover display, an 8-inch inner foldable OLED panel, also creaseless, a side-mounted fingerprint reader as well, a slimmer, more compact frame than previous Galaxy Fold models. Right away, you can see the difference. Samsung is going bigger. The Galaxy Z Fold 8's 6.5-inch cover screen will likely feel closer to a traditional smartphone in terms of usability. That means easier typing, better one-handed use, and a more natural experience when you don't want to open the phone fully. The 8-inch inner panel pushes it even more into mini tablet territory, great for multitasking, media, and productivity. The iPhone Fold's 5.3-inch cover display, on the other hand, suggests a more compact outer experience. It may feel closer to a smaller, narrower iPhone when closed, with the larger 7.8-inch inner screen reserved for more immersive tasks. Apple is also rumored to use distinct aspect ratios, so the iPhone Fold might feel wider or shorter than Samsung's Fold when open. There's also talk that Samsung is working on a second Z Fold 8 variant with a different, possibly wider aspect ratio, potentially targeting users who want a more tablet-like shape when unfolded. And yes, one recent rumor claimed the Galaxy Z Fold 8 might support the S Pen, but that information should be taken with caution until we see more solid evidence. What we do know, on paper, the Galaxy Z Fold 8 is positioned to offer larger displays overall than the first-gen iPhone Fold, which could be a big selling point if you care about screen real estate. Camera battle. iPhone Fold versus Galaxy Z Fold 8 foldable phones have always struggled to balance cutting-edge design with flagship level cameras. In 2026, both Apple and Samsung seem ready to push that boundary further, but in different ways. Here's what current reports are suggesting. iPhone Fold camera setup, rumored. Two 18MP front-facing cameras, one under the cover display, one under the inner foldable display, rear camera system, for 8MP primary wide camera, 4 8MP ultra-wide camera with dual front cameras, one for each screen. The iPhone Fold is clearly aiming at superior selfie quality, Face ID style recognition, and more flexible video calling. Those 18MP sensors could deliver sharper selfies and better low-light performance than what we typically see on foldable inner cameras today. Galaxy Z Fold 8 camera setup, rumored. Rear camera system, 200MP primary camera, 50MP ultra-wide. Camera, 12MP telephoto camera with 3x optical zoom front cameras. Two 10MP selfie cameras, one on each display. This is where Samsung might pull ahead, especially in terms of zoom and detail. A 200MP main sensor suggests incredible resolution and cropping flexibility, especially combined with Samsung's image processing. Add a dedicated 3x optical telephoto lens, and the Z Fold 8 will likely be noticeably better for zoom photography than the iPhone Fold. The trade-off? Apple's rumored dual 18MP front cameras could still produce more natural-looking selfies, especially if Apple carries over its strong image processing from the iPhone lineup. While Samsung may dominate in rear zoom shots, Apple might win for front-facing camera quality and portrait selfies. So, in the camera department, Galaxy Z Fold 8, likely ahead in zoom detail and versatility on the rear camera's iPhone Fold, likely stronger for front-facing photos, video calls, and overall selfie experience, performance, and connectivity. A20 Pro versus Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5. Now let's talk power, because both phones are shaping up to be beasts. According to current rumors, iPhone Fold performance expected. Apple A20 Pro processor, built using TSMC's 2nm process technology. Pair with 12 GB of RAM, at least 256 GB of base storage. Galaxy Z Fold 8 performance expected. Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5 for Galaxy, 3nm and possibly 2nm. Processed from TSMC, up to 16 GB of RAM, at least 256 GB internal storage. Apple has historically led the industry in CPU performance, and that trend will likely continue with the A20 Pro. A 2nm chip means more efficiency, better thermal performance, and potentially huge jumps in CPU and AI capabilities. On the other hand, Samsung's partnership with Qualcomm for the 4 Galaxy Snapdragon chips often results in higher GPU and graphics performance than Apple's A series. That could mean smoother gaming, stronger sustained performance in graphically heavy apps, and better heat management under load. So, in raw performance terms, iPhone Fold, A20 Pro, likely top-tier CPU performance and efficiency. Galaxy Z Fold 8, Snapdragon 8 Elite Gen 5, potentially stronger GPU and graphics for gaming and high-end visuals. As for connectivity, both phones are said to support similar cutting-edge standards. 5G, Sub-6, and likely Wave in certain regions. Wi-Fi 7 for ultra-fast. WIRESS networking. Bluetooth 6.0 for more stable and efficient device connections. NFC for contactless payments. UWB ultra-wideband for precise location. And ecosystem features in day-to-day use. That means both devices should feel equally future-proof for mobile data. Wi-Fi performance, wireless audio, and smart tracking features. Design, materials, and durability. IP ratings and build foldable phones live or die by their durability. And 2026's designs are expected to improve on both water resistance and Dust protection. iPhone fold design. Rumored. Frame made from a blend of aluminum and titanium premium materials similar to high-end iPhone's unknown IP rating at this stage, likely to feel slightly broader in hand when folded. Side-mounted capacitive fingerprint reader. Apple is reportedly mixing aluminum and titanium for the foldable iPhone structure, which should help keep the device strong without making it overly heavy. We don't yet have confirmed information about dust or water resistance ratings, and that's going to be a key area to watch.